It's definitely challenging.
Love it here, love it here. 10 years on, I'm still happy to be here.
It's where I started, so I feel good.
I had no industry experience in this. I just thought, what do I know how to do? I know how to drink beer. Oh, sure, no problem opening up a bar. That wasn't quite the case. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
When I first moved here, there was very few Western restaurant options, mostly led by fast food, some people that had some very enterprising Chinese or foreigners that were here many, many years ago.
Some people will set something up in Hong Kong, and do an offshore company to start, and then form a WOFE, or a wholly owned foreign enterprise. So that's definitely a way to go. We set it up as a partnership here, in China with a Chinese partner as well, and it's worked really well for us. Like I said, I think in the U.S. or any country you'll have issues with partners. So finding the right person is extremely important.
So what we care most is how much I can show that I have the social status. I think people will care the quality of the food, but I think they will care the experience more, the atmosphere.
There's always going to be an authentic product that Chinese don't like, but you can figure out a way to be authentic and still play with that. I mean, in the West, they have authentic Chinese food that's tailored towards Western tastes. It's still very authentic, but it's, again, tailored slightly towards their target audience. We do the same here. So we have pizza. Pizza is very easy to do traditional. You can choose an Italian or a Western style. And then you just play with your toppings.
It's always a very good time to do some business in China because, we have 160 cities with population more than 1 million people. It's a very big market. In China, it is another kind of business circle. It's like every day, thousands of small business, they just established, and someday it died or they bankrupted. So it's very fast, very fast. So metabolism rate is very fast. But I think some of the companies can survive the market. If you survive this market, you have made a very big success, and you can make a lot of money from this big market.
I think the Chinese staff they're actually attention to detail. They're much more tone to detail. When you tell them what to do, they listen very specifically and they do it really well.
Unfortunately, this is an industry that doesn't pay that well. So you get a lot of turnover just basically because you can't keep people around. They're always looking to move on, or they're students. And I like to have English with my employees. So I know they're only here for a short while.
There's just a lot of really good, smart people that have just needed opportunities to rise up. And so we've tried to give them the opportunities of training and development. And so whereas everybody else overseas and abroad, they're looking for college kids, we look for the kids that didn't have a chance to go to college.
The only problem is them growing up here, they haven't really exactly had the opportunity to be self-creative, think outside the box. So that's the one thing where we're trying to help them train them with that, give them a formula, and teach them flavors, testing new things, not to be afraid to make mistakes.
There's about the same amount of red tape. It actually takes longer in the U.S., significantly longer. So, I mean, setting up a bar or restaurant in the U.S., a liquor license is extremely difficult to get. The process is very long and taxing, that type of thing. So it can be a quicker process, but it's a very different process.
Biggest difference is just how to deal with regulations, taxes, policies, government. In the West, typically you'll have, when they want to make a policy change or a zoning change, they'll have grandfather clauses, or they'll make a statement, they'll give you 3 months to have remarks, then they'll make a couple months for decisions. In China, they can change their mind tomorrow. They could decide tomorrow that they don't want any more restaurants in this building. We'd have to move buildings.
People talk about that where it's very kind of like freewheeling, kind of a Wild West environment. And I think, that's somewhat true if it's a smaller city, or, it's something in the Hutongs, the smaller back alley places in Beijing. As you get more into residential, commercial areas, I think it's a little bit more legit.
There's regulations as far as where you can do things, how you can do things. If you get caught with something, you can get fined, or, you know, probably worse, you know, either jailed or deported. So it's a risky factor on how you do the business in here.
Everything legally in court, the Chinese document takes precedent over anything in English. So getting a good translator, the business partner, all these things again to look over these documents and review them, and then have them translated. So translation work can vary immensely as far as how much you'll pay and the quality. It's really important to get these things translated properly because they are the binding documents to what you do in China.
It's good to be outside the bar and be the boss, but it's also good to be inside and just feel free and just be the boss and control everything also from the inside.